What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video on overcoming retroactive jealousy. My name is Matt, and in this video, we're going to be talking about what you are afraid of. In fact, it's almost Halloween. We're just a few days away. So this is, makes sense that we should talk about it at this time. What are you afraid of when it comes to your retroactive jealousy? And this is something that not a lot of people will take the time to really break down and see, why am I suffering from retroactive jealousy? I know that I am, because I get thoughts all the time of my partner's past that don't sit well with me. But why is this happening to me? Do I have a lack of confidence, things like that? Could be, but why do you have that? And really figuring out these answers. And I'll tell you, I didn't know really these answers until after I was out of retroactive jealousy. So it's not necessarily that you have to know everything right now, but I think it's a good practice to really sit there and be like, why do I think this way? What is this internal factor that's really causing me to have these anxious responses to these thoughts? So we're going to break that down. That's what the video is going to be all about. Before we go any further, if you could just take a fraction of a second and go ahead and smash that like button. That'll help with the YouTube algorithm, get this video out to more people that really need to see it and help grow this channel. And also subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. I'll have more retroactive jealousy content dropping every single chance I can get. And then also please check the links in the description below for my retroactive jealousy 7-day Road to Freedom course. And the Facebook group as well. Both those links are down there. So let's go ahead and get started. So again, there are various reasons why we suffer from retroactive jealousy. But one of those reasons in there is we are afraid of something. It might be we're afraid of breaking up with our partner. We're afraid of being alone. We're afraid of people laughing at us, people laughing at our partner. And so it's important to really sometimes just sit down and analyze and just kind of go back a little bit. And what is it that, really makes me afraid of these thoughts of my partner's past? Why are they bothering me so much? And again, when you figure this out, when you figure out what it is, that doesn't mean you're cured of retroactive jealousy. It just means like you're one step further in this process. You know a little bit more about it. So I don't want you to think I gotta find out everything right now so I'll be cured. That's not really how it works, because you can figure out something. I feel this way because of this, but still, you're still gonna feel this way regardless, because it's really like wired in our brains and wired with us, and it takes time to release some of those things sometimes. So just relax through this video. No need to stress out or anything like that. So when it came to myself and my own reasons suffering from retroactive jealousy, again, I'm sure there was lists of 100 different things, but the main things, the reasons why I felt that I suffered was, firstly, I felt inferior. For whatever reason, I picture a man being a big, strong, tough, muscular dude, testosterone flowing. For whatever reason, that was kind of how I always imagined a man being. And I think it had to do with because my father was like that. He was a big guy. He went to the gym a lot. He worked out. He was a motorcycle guy. He had tattoos all over, his arms and stuff. And so I think that was just kind of growing up, my idea of what I saw a superior man looking like. So as I aged and I kind of had more of like a skinny build and I got into running, so I'd have like zero muscle definition because I don't really lift weights. I mostly do running, things like that. So I'm just kind of a tall, kind of scrawny dude, kind of the opposite of what I saw a superior guy being. So anytime there'd be a situation where my partner was explaining about a situation in the past and she's like, yeah, here's my ex, or yeah, here's the guy I slept with and he was some like buff superior dude, I'd start getting those feelings, retroactive jealousy, like, oh my gosh, he's so much better than I am. Oh my gosh, why would she, I can see why she did that with him. Why would she do that with me? Like, she deserves better than me. Like, a lot of negative thoughts would come through. Or if she showed me photos and the guy I thought was not as attractive as me, my inferiority would still come up because I'd have to point out the flaws. Well, yeah, he's ugly. I'm so much better looking than him. Oh, he doesn't stand a chance against me and all, all this stuff. But then that brought up thoughts of disgust of my partner's past, like, well, he's ugly, so why would my partner do that with him? Does that mean she's ugly? Am I dating somebody that's ugly? I don't want to do that because I'm so much better than that. So that brought on a lot of these negative emotions that started to come over me. I also had this idea in mind that since I'm thinking these thoughts of my partner's past all the time, other people are too. And that's the furthest from the truth. So it was always my thought in mind was like, you know, if I'm thinking about my partner having, you know, wondering about her past sexual life and how many partners she had and, oh, if she slept with 25 guys or whatever, then how would I explain that to like my grandmother? If my grandmother asked me, because I'm sure she's thinking about the same thing too. Or how would I describe it to my mother or my brother or, you know, someone very close to me? Because I'm sure that they're going to want to ask me about that because that's probably what they're thinking about too. Which it's the last thing they're ever thinking about. Nobody's thinking about it. You're the only one that is. But that was one of the things that came up. If I'm thinking about it so much, everyone else will. So how do I explain this in a way that makes my partner still seem like a good person, even though, I mean, they can't be because they've been with 25 different guys. I can't believe that. So that was kind of a fear that sat with me as well. Whenever I kind of be like, oh, please, you know, please don't say you did this in your past. Please don't say you did that in your past. Oh, I hope she didn't do this in her past. Oh, I hope she didn't do that in her past. Those were all things I hope she didn't, so I wouldn't have to explain to other people why she did them. But again, I've never had to explain anything to anybody about anything regarding that. So it's just a mind trick. It's just a mind game. Now, I also had a fear of like being laughed at. So being the person that had no idea what was going on. Like everybody knew something that I didn't know. I didn't like that feeling. And so if my partner had this very colorful past, let's say, and we were with a group of their friends, all I would think about all the time is like, oh, here we are, we're hanging out with her friends, but I bet her friends are just looking at me and being like, this Matt guy, he's got no idea. This is, you know, the 10th guy she's been with him last month. He has no idea. He's just playing along. Look how silly and stupid he looks. Those were the types of fears that I'd have. A fear of being laughed at, a fear of being in the unknown, a fear of not knowing what was going on, a fear of people talking behind my back. Which again, doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. No one does that stuff. No one thinks those sort of things. And it's like, even if they did, I have no control over that whatsoever. I cannot control what other people think about me, you know, the way they look at me, anything. So it's out of my control. It's not something I would ever have to worry about. But suffering from retroactive jealousy, I did. I thought about that all the time. What does this person know? What does that person know? How does this person think of me? Are they gonna, you know, confront me with information? And what am I gonna say? Again, when you spend 24 hours a day thinking retroactive jealousy thoughts, everything you look at, every scenario relates to retroactive jealousy. I can look at this tree outside and I would think somehow of retroactive jealousy, like the tree is very shade and you can get laid in the shade. There you go. See, I just thought of retroactive jealousy. And the other big one, and this kind of is a little bit of a complex one, but I really think this was a big one for me. And I think this was Freud who talked about this, and I don't know, it was one of those psychologists from way back in the day, but there was a psychologist that basically said that sometimes men look at their girlfriends over time and they start seeing the qualities in them that they see in their own mother. Basically the qualities that they saw growing up in their mom, they see that and that penetrates into their brain, and then when they see someone else that they love or fall in love, they start relating those same qualities into them. And so growing up, like, my mom was just 100% the sweetest woman. She took care of me, she loved me, she cooked for me, you know, just took care of me in every sense of the word, and I just felt so loved. It was so peaceful, it was so calm, felt so relaxed, I felt so happy. So those were the feelings that I generated from my mother. So then I start dating somebody, let's say, and when you first start out, when you're dating, you're in that honeymoon phase, you don't care, you're wild, woohoo, it's all fun, it's new, it's fresh, it's everything. But then you get past that stage and, you know, you start developing maybe some very, very genuine feelings, very loving feelings for this person. And so you start seeing those motherly qualities in them that, you know, and again, this was for me, so that peaceful, calm, innocent, loving, you know, coddling type love. and you take that and you put that on your partner. But then you find out something about their past. Okay, they had a one-night stand, a threesome, whatever it is. And your brain looks at that, but sees the motherly qualities, but then sees this is what happened in the past and goes, well, that's not right. That's disgusting. That's not what you do. That's not, what a mother does. That's not, you're supposed to be this calm, peaceful, loving, coddling, hug me, kiss me type person, make all my worries and fears go away. That's not the type of person that has threesomes and does these things. No, gross, disgusting, ugh. I can't believe you would do that. I can't believe. So see how it kind of gets mixed up? Your brain kind of gets mixed up. That's what would happen to me all the time. Every relationship I was in, that would happen. I'd start adopting in my mind of my partner having these motherly qualities, the same things that I adopted when I was growing up and I saw my own mom and how I felt about her. And so then when I receive information about the past and all this stuff, I'd look at it and I'd go, no, that can't be. No, as if like my girlfriend, almost I'm looking at her as my mom, being like, no, my mom would never do anything. No, absolutely not. No, ooh, gross, no. So that one right there was a huge check mark for me when I realized that wow, like I'm looking at my partner as like this motherly figure. When, sure, yes, they will have qualities of a mother, eventually when they decide to become a mom and things like that. But again, that's just your brain playing tricks on you, because again, when my mom was that age, I'm sure my mom did things, okay, but that's not, but growing up as a child, you see that. So that's just a development thing. And when I realized that, I realized like, oh, okay, like, no, I need to unlock my brain from this idea that my girlfriend has to be this certain way, because she's not. She's her own person. How I perceive her and how she is are completely different things. So once I understood that a little bit more, that kind of opened my eyes to, okay, this all makes more sense. And again, a lot of this stuff I didn't find out until after I had really overcome that OCD portion of retroactive jealousy. So once that anxiety kind of calmed down and I was able to kind of see things more clearly, then I could finally be like, oh, okay, I think this is why I'm suffering. This makes more sense, and I can go back and look at it. So I challenge you a little bit. If it feels appropriate for you to do, don't make it so you create a bunch of anxiety, but if it feels appropriate, do that. Think, what am I afraid of? What am I worried about? What is making me feel this way? And if you can even tackle a couple of those fears or even see them and be like, well, that doesn't even make sense at all. It'll open up your mind a little bit, unlock it a little bit to be able to release and let go of those certain thoughts and ideas that you're afraid of or you think are going to happen. Because again, no one's laughing at you. No one's plotting anything against you. There's no relationship between your mother growing up and who your girlfriend is now. There's no reason for you to feel inferior to anybody. Like, we're all our own person. We're all special. So these things are just lies that your brain makes up. And they're things that you can let go of eventually. So I hope that video resonated with you. I hope that made sense for you. I know I kind of rambled on a little bit, but basically, there's nothing to fear when it comes to these thoughts, when it comes to retroactive jealousy, nothing to fear. It's based on some insecurities sometimes, and being able to seek out those insecurities and understand that they're lies, that they're not true. That's a big step in being able to overcome this thing, to knock this thing down once and for all. So guys, I appreciate you watching. If you could take the time real quick and go ahead and smash that like button, that'll help get this video out to more people. Also, subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Click the notification bell so you're alerted whenever I post a new video. And also check out the links in the description below for my Retroactive Jealousy 7-day Road to Freedom Accelerator program. That also comes with 90 days of free one-on-one email coaching. And also the Facebook group is still available for you to join. So thanks everyone again so much for watching. See you in the next video.